Customizing tables. Tables are essentially the foundation of the Cyrus software. You will find tables all throughout the system. Your system allows you to customize the way tables are displayed, which will make the tables easier to read. Tables are a neat and convenient way to visualize, sort, search for, and organize your data. The bookings list table is a great example for this tutorial. As you can see, the table looks like an Excel spreadsheet, and you can treat it as such. There are individual columns and rows. Sorting data. Each column can be placed in alphabetical order by simply clicking on the column. You can also display the data in ascending or descending order by clicking on the column as well. Arrow pointed up indicates an ascending order, where smaller or earlier values will be listed first at the top of the table. Arrow pointed down indicates a descending order, where larger or later values are listed first at the top. Resizing columns. Each column can be resized. As you can see, the full property and guest names are not showing. Move your cursor over to the column lines. Notice that the cursor now turns into a two-sided arrow. Drag and hold until you are happy with the column width. This is what we call the column header. Right-click on the column header and then click Best Fit. This will automatically resize the selected column or all columns to see all characters. Reordering columns. If you would like to place the columns in a particular order, you can simply select the column to drag and drop into the order that you would like. Adding columns. Now let's say you need to view more data about your bookings or properties. You can add additional columns to each table to view further information. To do so, right-click on the column header and select Column Chooser. A list of all available columns for the selected table will appear. Simply double-click on the column to add to the table. You can also drag and drop a column to a particular location. Hiding columns. To hide a column from a table, click and drag the column until the X appears and then release your mouse. You can also right-click on the column and then select Hide this column. Grouping. You can also group your columns by dragging the column to this dark blue area. For example, let's view reservations for each booking category by dragging the category column up here. Now you can see it's sorted by category, which makes it easier to see bookings supplied by each source. This is what we call the column footer. You can display the sum, minimum, maximum, count, and average of each column. So let's group it again by booking category to see how many reservations were supplied by each category. So we're going to right-click on the column footer and then add count. To remove the grouping, drag the column back to the table. Now we can see the sum of management company commission, the average rental rate excluding taxes, the sum of the amount you've received, and so on. Search filters. Search filters are the blank spaces right below the column head. They allow you to enter in specific information that you wish to find, and they eliminate any entries from the table view that don't match what was entered into the space. For example, to search for a property, enter the property name. You can also search for a property by clicking on the funnel located on the upper right of the column head. Select which properties you would like to view and then click OK to apply. Both methods applies to all columns in each table. To clear a filter, click on the X, which is always located on the lower left of every table in your system. Filter Editor. This is known as conditional formatting in Excel. The filter editor allows users to create criteria that consist of one or more conditions combined by and/or logical operators. Essentially, the filter editor applies one or more conditions to any columns that you want. An example of a condition might be to show which supersite agents have made reservations where the nightly rate is $1,000 and over. First, let's add the supersite agent column by right-clicking on the column header, select Column Chooser, locate the supersite agent column, and drag and drop it into the desired location. To apply the condition, right-click on the relevant column header, in this case, rental excluding tax, and then select Filter Editor. Click on the operator to select where rental excluding tax is greater than or equal to, in this case, and then enter the value of $1,000. By applying this condition to the table, you will be able to see at a glance which supersite agents have made reservations where the nightly rate is $1,000 and over. Practice using the different types of conditional formatting and try combining different ones to see what they tell you about your reservations or property data.